Hello people, this is Power here with a review with the Kamen Rider Zero-One DX Ark Driver. So this is the driver that belongs to Kamen Rider Ark Zero, shown on the back. He becomes the main villain within essentially the third quarter of the series. I can't really give up much detail because I've only seen up to the first arc. So I haven't seen... I know what happens, but I haven't seen myself past before the competition arc. So, yeah, I'm like nearly 2 years behind Toku. And here you have Arc Zero poorly lit. And then obviously at the front of the box technically has Arc 1. But I really do appreciate that, again, poorly lit. I do appreciate they gave you the option of both, because it's the same thing. There's the arc and the warnings. What is up with the tape here? What is this tape? What? Where did this come from? Okay, I apologize for taking too long on this, so let's just move on to the actual product. So here the content itself, obviously the Ark Driver, the Arc 1 Progrise Key, I think these are Progrise Keys, and the belt strap, which is just the Zero-One, or the slash driver, the build driver belt straps with a modified Ghost Driver straps with the modified cover for Zero-One. So this is our third version, and because, you know, it's buried within the corner of this room, my Zero-One belt straps and 1000 driver straps are in storage, so I can't show this off, so I can't compare, but they're the typical belt straps you will know and love. So you can indeed, you know, do this. I actually really like how this looks overall. I think these are, see, this is why I kind of wish I at least pulled out Thouser's, because I think these are darker or lighter. But yeah, gonna put these back in the box because Riken literally hasn't done anything with these, so I'll do that whenever I jump cut next. A driver unit keeps falling. But here's the Ark Driver itself, and it's a heavy retooling of the Zero-One driver. Definitely. It has a lot of nice paint, because there's the silver here, the red, more gunmetal silver. Obviously we got the center, obviously being reminiscent of the Ark. Yeah, this is obviously heavily retooled, and one thing I kept forgetting about is that they moved the speaker down here for some reason. I don't think it's a good place, but oh well. Here's the top. 2 buttons now. The back, it's similar. And then the Progrise Keys section is now, I want to say, more bulkier, and I accidentally just spoiled that, but opening this up inside, we get just entire white, which again, I really like. It's not the shade of white I would like, but, you know, it works. And, gosh, I keep forgetting to show stuff. So obviously opening this up, it'll forcefully latch itself to this clip, and then where the unit will, where you would typically plug in the driver unit, now it's just a release button for this, so that kind of sucks, but, you know, it makes sense. And then they still have this arrow here, which we'll get to later. But obviously we'll focus on this right now, so I'll switch it on. So with there we get a red LED. It only contains red LEDs, but it still utilizes 3 AAA batteries. So obviously there's a lot of things that we're just going to look over, because again, that's for the demo. So this button here is the dialogue button and the like special sound effect button. Essentially, there are 54 phrases. We're obviously not going to go through them all. We'll go through a quarter of them. I honestly don't know what Ark is going on about because I don't know anything about his character, but I'm gonna jump. So essentially, like, I was gonna summarize what I was gonna Okay, so I was going to summarize at least his first, like, at least 20 phrases, because I know he mentions Jin and Naki, and about how, like, oh yeah, Naki, you're just a tool, or something like that, and, like, you know, he tells Jin something about, oh yeah, you can't, I don't know, something about how he can't, like, get away from the Ark or something. I think the section we're getting at right now is, like, Guy's redemption. And his plans on trying to, like, overtake Zaya. And then he's like, Zero-One, I'll wait for you. And this is talking about Ikazuchi, you know, obviously being a spy for the Ark and such. Why am I summarizing these phrases? Something about destroying satellite Zaya. What is the meaning of this? No way. They can't be Zaya. I'm sorry. Something about 02. I think this is probably around its debut. No way. Something about himself. Temperature, great, that's great. Well, I don't remember what place I'm at. That's obviously the last phrase because he's dead. So obviously, to initiate the transformation, just press the button up here. So there's the transformation for Ark Zero. Very different compared to literally everything else within the toy line itself. And obviously this one's more CSM, as we will get to. And now, as we're transformed, I already forgot to show off something. If you hold this, you can hold this up to like 3 times for like sound effects. So those are like attacks that Ark can do. I don't know. And to do the finisher, just simply press the button again. So there we got his finisher. However, we got two more variants. And yeah, that's essentially it for the Ark Driver. So, yeah. So here we have the Ark One Progrise Key, which is unique for sure, because obviously this is supposed to be the helmet for Ark One, as it's supposed to be his eye. You got the circuitry. The back is translucent black. You get the speaker back here instead of the front. Zooming in, you got the QR code for Bootaba Gamba. And pressing this, just like Caucasus and Zero-Two, it automatically opens. So then we get the inside of the Progrise Key, which has a Zaya spec chip, which was never addressed, most likely because of what it was. Well, we don't know what this was originally supposed to be for, but I really do like how they got these to connect. And then you got the symbol for Ark 1, which is just not visible at all, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it's pretty annoying. And then just a quick comparison, just because they are technically the same caliber. I didn't want to pull Zero-Two because Zero-Two is a power-up, not a standard Progrise Key. So, sounds. So we get the announcement and then a standby. However, we get, I think, 6 more additional sounds. So there's the ability sound, which is just mouse learning. I don't know what that sounds about. Then we get phrases, some phrases from Azu. Or I think technically it's pronounced as Azu. That's a scene recreation. And I think that's the last one. Yeah. Because if we hold this down, we get that sound, and then if we press the activation button again, we just get the announcements, because now we're in memorial mode. And then now I think we get at least 17 more phrases / sounds. Again, I don't know what that sound is.
心に宿るものでしょ。大いなる悪意が生まれたとき、アーク様は再びよみがえる。アルト様、感じる。あなたの心から湧き上がる悪意を。悲しまないで。私がそばにいるから。アーク様。俺がアーク。大いなる悪意が生まれたとき、アーク様は再びよみがえる。今、あなたの心にあるのは、イズを奪った滅びに対する復讐心。紛れもない人間の悪意。やがて、人類とヒューマギアが争い、すべてが滅びる。俺の秘書はお前じゃない。そんな怖い顔しないでよ。水を奪った。あいつだけは許さない。
Again, you want all the phrases? Just watch the demo. I think that was the second to last one at least, but that's essentially it. And then just holding it. You're back to the normal mode, so let's get the Ark Driver again. So again, the Ark Driver, the one thing I forgot to show before transforming, which I had to reset this, is by, if you hold this down before transforming, you got Ark saying that. So, transform, just simply press, obviously just activate it. So, obviously we're just gonna slot it in here like so. So now we're transforming into Ark 1, to which just like Ark Zero. So you got new sound effects, attacks. You got 2 of them. However, we have, I think, at least 10 phrases from Aruto. I don't want to bother with them. So obviously, just like the Zero-One driver, just press this in for the finisher. So there we get the finisher perfect conclusion. And again, the speaker's down here, which is annoying. And I will say this definitely. I like how this works, like this in the 1000 driver, like just because I think because it doesn't have to deal with the sliding gimmick, these ones just work a lot better of just like, you know, pushing in and like inserting progress keys. Because like, you know, these ones you can like push in as hard as you want, which I'll probably demonstrate later, and like you won't have the progress key like ejecting out and such. So speaking of pushing this in, Ark 1 can utilize this button to essentially do the traditional like Zero-One driver like progress key scanning, and you can push this in up to 10 times. So we'll do it 1 and then 10. And I'll actually I'll do it up to 5. So like again. And yeah, and to remove the PowerRider key, or to revert this back into the Ark Zero Driver, just again hold down the release button, fold this in, and pull that out like so. And now we're going to get into the memorial mode of this thing, which you simply again hold this down. And then for the Ark Driver, you're going to switch it off, and then hold the button in, hold the button down, and then switch it on. We get a new activation sound. All the Ark Zero-One, Ark Zero-One, all the Ark 1, all the Ark Zero sounds remain the same. The memorial mode is more reserved for Ark Zero, so yeah. So the transformation doesn't change. It's the finisher, because if you just do the finisher like so. Apologize for that. But yeah, you can tell the finishers are more like in line with the show, just like how Ark Zero's sounds are. So that makes sense as to why there's no changes, and it actually affects these too. So if I do this up to like 6 times, or actually 7. So while you can hear that it actually does acknowledge that you did press this up to 7 times, it still just ends with perfect conclusion. And essentially the way this works is that, essentially in the memorial mode of this, the Progrise key is programmed to just say perfect, and then just mute itself. Not mute itself, it's just perfect. It's only programmed to say perfect, because obviously the rest of the sounds are programmed within the belt itself. So if we do it up to 10, and I do want to say that technically there's technically 3 variants of the finisher in memorial mode. Just, pushing in the Progrise key, pushing this 1 to 9 times, and then pushing it 10 times is another finisher. So you get 3 finishers. It's just 1 through 9 are the same variation, which for the first time, I guess, I actually skipped out on doing the demo because I actually didn't know that they were actually different. So I apologize for not showing all 10 variants of that within the demo, but anyways, is this going to be like 40 minutes or something? Because we got to show this and all the other Zero-One stuff. Woo! Oh, so we're just going to show them the Zero-One driver first. I'm honestly just going to keep him in the memorial mode. Obviously it has its own authorization. You can still press the button for auto. So you can tell because like because of the fact that, you know, the main face is red, for other colors it doesn't emit well. And then just all I don't all yeah. PowerRider Key scan. Gosh darn it. Watch the demo, I guess. So I guess we're just gonna do this like traditional order because I don't know how you order it. Again. That's horrible. That's one of the worst, like, edited down transformations we've gotten. Also, just the LEDs don't work. Wait. Gosh darn it. Oh, dumb. I'm still so annoyed that, like, everything literally has the same. Take advantage! Like. You can tell this doesn't even emit well, but it's just, I don't know, I'm so annoyed of like literally every PowerRider Key having the same shot riser standby. Like, come on, you make your own sounds. Take advantage of having your own standby. I don't remember how this thing was framed.
Slash rise.
Man, I gotta sit through these LEDs. This thing's horrible. This should have been next, but, you know, obviously just simply, I guess, hold the cover. This is horrendous. Why was this accepted? Like, it just looks like a reticle. Gosh darn it. Irrelevant thing.
Cyclone rise.
Like, again, because it's not black, you can only, like, in person it looks a lot better. Like, why did I do that? Gosh darn it.
Spark!
Woohoo! I don't remember how this was done.
Delay drive.
At least we have the singular finisher.
Collide!
Because Aruto uses this, because technically this key is more related to Aruto than Arc Zero. If it was Arc Zero, then I would have used the arrow, or the shotgun even. But you know, don't do the mistake I did in just doing the demo and activate it, because obviously that will initiate the transformation. You can't do this to me, Temperature. I'm literally almost done. Gosh darn it.
PowerRider Key confirmed. Ready to utilize.
Yep, and then do it. Gosh darn it.
PowerRider Key confirmed. Ready to utilize. Kamen Smash! Charge right! Charge! Full charge! Kamen Rider!
I find this funny because obviously this is where the speaker's supposed to be, but then because it's following what Zero-Two did, like the speaker's in the back. Why did I do that? So yeah, I don't know how to stand this. But my thoughts overall on the Ark Driver. Like, I think, like, for what it is, like, obviously I have to compare it to the Omageo Driver. I have that review filmed, but I can't put it out for reasons. So, comparing it to that, I will say this thing is a definite big step. Like, a huge step up from this thing. The thing I appreciate out of this thing the most is just the quality they went to it. The fact that they already, like, they went into this, because this thing was, you know, getting developed around the same time as the memorial sets, which we're going to take a look at next. So, like, it was like, well, why not? Like, they were like, well, like, we might as well throw in the memorial mode. So, like, I appreciate that a lot. And I really like, essentially, the CSM quality that this thing has. Just because it's appreciative, at least. Because, like, I don't know. I just feel like with the Omageo Driver, like, I feel like it should have kind of had something like that. But I like this thing just went full on at it with it. And one thing I forgot to mention, because I didn't mention this arrow. So, for some reason, like, again, they have this arrow for some reason. And you can literally scan Progrise keys.
Authorize.
I don't know why there's a magnet. Because then, like, you know, you can...
Weakness. Analyzer. Scouting Panda. There is nothing unknown to his eyes.
I forgot to talk about that, but... So yeah, obviously you can use Progrise keys and such, but I don't know if that was intentional. I feel like, especially because there's a magnet here, it was, which is weird. But like, I guess like, you know, it's at least like, I don't know, I feel like this thing is essentially like a marked up better version of the 1000 driver, just because it works the same. But then, like, I don't know. Like, I think the Arc Driver itself, creative, because I actually really do like that this is essentially the first driver since the Icon Driver G that's standalone, in a way. So it's really, I like everything this does by itself. The Arc 1 key, I don't like it. Like, the speaker is horrendous. It's a horrendous speaker. It's like completely muffled. I'm just not too big on this as a whole. Like, yeah, these are the heaviest Progrise keys for some reason. Like, I don't know, these things look horrible in the Force Riser. I'm just not too big on, like, the entirety of Arc as a whole. And it's just not, like, the thing that also bothers me too is, like, this is just not consistent with everything else. Because it's like, it's just weird that this thing's the only Japanese speaking device out of the entire line. Like, yes, like, these things will have Japanese. Oh, this is not a good example. Like, yeah, like these will have like Japanese within them, but it's like, you know, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like essentially, it's just kind of like, you know, it may like I'll always get like it's at least more better than trying to force him to say English phrases. So yeah, temperature cut it out, and I want to refilm this. So essentially, overall, I guess if you're big on Arc, I do recommend this toy. But for me personally, if it wasn't for Zyken that wanted it, I wouldn't have like picked this up at all. Personally, I could care what I care. I don't really care for this belt at all. So, but again, just because Zyken really wanted it, I was like, I might as well cover it. This, I don't know how much this goes for in the aftermarket. I think it goes around for like $80 at best. I don't know about like 120, like the slash res. I'm pretty sure it should at least be like 80 to 100, I always say. But yeah, that's essentially it for this review. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people.